Hello, folks, and welcome back to another episode of EDM Peyton 3.0's EDM World News. Hello, I'm Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum step vocalist Zombie Supreme, an authority on all things EDM. Today, we're talking about SKRILLEX. Of course, this is going to be his year, dropping a new album. Who had to come to terms with his mother's death and how he was coping with mental health. And yes, so we want to get into that. This is going to be Peyton 3.0's EDM World News. Take it away. All right, folks, stand back because here she comes. Good luck. Hello there. Did you miss me? I missed you too. Anyway, hello, welcome there. Once again, I am Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum step vocalist Zombie Supreme. La 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 la. And going up in audition rooms. Heartbeat fast up, it's my turn soon. Judges speaking, y'all say no. Anyway, today we're talking about SKRILLEX, okay? So if you like this video today, please go ahead and hit the likes button. We're about to get right on into it. Let's do it, okay? So SKRILLEX opens up about mother's death, mental health struggles. I drank the pain away and kept going. That's what he said. SKRILLEX shared there were lingering unresolved issues beneath the surface when he made the difficult decision to pull out of Movement and Sunset Music Festival last year. Okay? While it's now full steam ahead for SKRILLEX in 2023, by the way, Happy New Year, he had to endure the toughest year of his life to get there. Okay? To get here, actually. Taking to Twitter, SKRILLEX, who just celebrated his 35th birthday, folks. Yes, SKRILLEX is now in his 30s, okay? Candidly opened up about his recent struggles with mental health before ultimately finding a new sense of peace. Okay? It appeared as though the summer of 2022, sorry about that, would see a barnstorming return for the Rumble producer, which I did a review on Rumble, folks. So if you haven't seen it, it's on my series called Turn Up or Burn Up on the channel. Check the series out. It's specifically search for SKRILLEX, Rumble, whatever, you'll find it. Who have been revealed as part of the lineup for Detroit's Movement and Tampa's Sunset Music Festival. However, an abrupt about-face Saul SKRILLEX made the difficult announcement that he'd be pulling out of those appearances to prioritize work on his upcoming albums, okay? Hey, as he should, you know what I'm saying? He's just recovering from mental health and, struggles, as a lot of us out here are going through, period. You know what I'm saying? Unless we escape and we get to the festivals and we're all with my family. Once we leave the festivals, once we go back to the real world, well, we're dealing with whatever we have to deal with, unfortunately. So everything ain't all candy and roses away from the festivals. And even sometimes at the festivals, let's be honest. Or the raves. Anyway. But there was more to the story. So, the truth is, sorry about that. The truth is, I didn't cancel Sunset and Movement Festival because of my album, SKRILLEX tweeted. It was because I was working on himself, okay? Or I should say, the quote was, I was working on myself, right? At the time, he says he still needed space to grieve the death of his mother, who passed away a few years prior amid a string of Lollapalooza performances in South America. He admits that he may not have confronted his emotions from the healthiest perspective at first, turning to alcohol for a quick fix while retaining his demanding schedule, which is what a lot of us artists out here who are music artists, that is, tend to do. I don't do those kind of things. Number one, I'm not signed to a record label. I'm not demanded to show up and show up for concerts and shows or whatever and whatnot, and don't really get a say in if I get to take a break or not. See, that ate away at Avicii, okay? That ate away at Avicii to the point where, unfortunately, he overdosed and he was done for. Luckily, SKRILLEX is still here. Luckily, he hasn't overdosed or anything. Luckily, the drinking has created a bigger problem to where he's no longer with us either. He's still here at the age of 35, and we can be thankful for that, okay? So, the music industry is tough. Got a lot of demands, and a lot of times artists are really making that much money at all. They're literally slaves. People working 9 to 5s are usually better off than most music artists who sign to labels and things. Even if they've been in the game for a nice while. A lot of them have signed basically signed their death certificate by signing those contracts. I can go on about this all day, but I'm sure you've heard the stories already. Everything ain't candy and roses in the EDM world either. It's still the music business at the end of the day, and it's all about money and profits. And the artist is really just the product. The artist is really just a product to be used up, abused, a lot of times mentally, basically, sometimes physically. But that's the realities of the music business behind the scenes. Even in the EDM world, even on EDM record labels. Okay? At the time, he said he still needed space to grieve the death of his mother. We already said this. Okay. He admits that he may not have confronted his emotions healthy perspective, turned alcohol for a quick fix, retaining his demanding schedule, right? Because you don't really just get to say no to shows and things that are booked by your label, whatever, when you sign a contract and it agrees that you'll do this, and that. Unlike when you're at a job or just a regular 9 to 5 where you could just say, I don't feel like showing up today because I'm sick, or if you want to say take a personal day or whatever, they're gonna excuse it not go to work, and there'll be no real repercussions where, like, if you don't show up, they're taking you to court and you want to have to pay this much money because you're breaking the contract or whatever. We don't have contracts when we sign. We go to 9 to 5 jobs and get a job. It's just these agreements we sign, and it's at will employment. But when you're an artist signed to a label, it's not at will employment. You don't have freedom. Actually, you're binded by a contract. Basically, a lot of times you're a slave. Whether you're making lots of money or not, and your mental health gets put last, and profits and money, and you as a product, even though you're a human being, gets put first. Okay? So anyway. But the healing process SKRILLEX has undergone over the last year since has left him feeling renewed. Is it still on? All right, here we go. For the first time in 4 to 5 years, he says, I have found a new sense of peace, he added. It took so much work and sacrifice to get here. SKRILLEX has come out swinging at the beginning of this year, 2023. Dropping 2 blockbuster singles, baby. Rumble, which again I did review. Check it out. On the Turn Up or Burn Up series. And Way Back. Did I review Way Back? I gotta go listen to that. I don't think I've heard it. I think I've seen it. Anyway, they are believed to be just the tip of the iceberg for a highly anticipated double album release, which he confirmed will release this year. Hopefully it actually gets released this year, because you know a lot of times artists can say it's going to be released this year, it's on this date, but then the record label will say, oh, you know what, it's not ready. You're not going to release it, and we're going to push it back. You know, and the artists have no say because they're not independent, they're not in control of their music careers. They have signed their life away to these, a lot of times in the music business, I'm going to call them a lot of people devils. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so hopefully that's the end of the story. Hopefully the album does come out. Let me know your thoughts, first of all. What do you think? Are you excited about Skrillex? Are you a big Skrillex fan? Are you a casual fan of Skrillex? Let me know in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about mental health in the comments, because even the biggest of stars, even the richest of people, even the wealthiest of people, they are still struggling with mental health. You would think, how could they be struggling? They got all this fame, success. Well, as Avicii that, okay? There's a lot of stars that have lost their lives to overdoses. There's a lot of other people who have also gone over too, because money and all that success and fame that doesn't cure, that doesn't make life fairy tale and wonders. There are happier people who have way less success and money and wealth, because they have actually fulfilled the fundamentals of what we need as human beings, while people in those situations at those higher, what seems to be the higher ranks, don't have that, because they have to sacrifice so much more at the human level in order to maintain what they have. Most people. So they lose it. So thank you so much for being here today. My name is Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum step vocalist, Zombie Supreme, the Queen, the King, all of that. Okay, you see the crown. Let's get to these social medias, folks. Very excited to have Skrillex back. Snapchat, I'm on it. I know you're on it too, so get on it. Website at Peyton30.com. SoundCloud.com/Peyton30. Instagram.com/Peyton3_0 star. SoundCloud has my older work on it. What I really want you guys to focus on, I want the TikTok, of course, the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and the email list. Forget the sessionslive.com. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. Website, pay attention to that. I tend to talk fast out to my brain to slow it down consciously. Get free unreleased songs by going to the billing link. Getting on the email list is very important, especially for artists, influencers, all of that, because we get to control the messaging and the fact that you actually get what we have to say, and we cannot control social media. We just can't. So anyway, yes. But thank you so much for being here. This video is already too long in my opinion. I will see you on the next Peyton 3.0's EDM World News. Take it away.